Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my tutorial video for my voice attack profile that will allow you to enter target coordinates into the JSOW weapon using your voice. The first video is going to be how to install my voice attack profile, and then the second video will be how to use it in the game. So let's get started. So when you download the zip, unzip it into a directory of your choice. In my case, I just unzipped it into my CVAP import directory, but you can put it wherever you want. And then there should be a one called coordinates profile in there. Go back into the game. Now, I'm going to recommend with this, because it's a fairly complex program and it's easy to screw things up, I would recommend importing it into its own profile first, testing it out, and then I'll show you how to import it into your favorite one. Like, for example, I have Viacom Pro, and I have it working in there, but I don't have any conflicts with any other of the commands, so that's not an issue for me, but it might be for some people. So we're going to import it into its own profile right now just to show you how to do it. So I'll go import profile, go to my C drive, down to my VAP import, and just go into coordinates profile.vap. And just answer yes when it says, yep, it's containing certain things. Now, one of the things that should come up here, well, it's actually not going to in this one, but because it's a new profile. One of the things that needs to be done for this to work is it needs to run one of the commands when you start the profile. I'll show you how to do that in this one, and then you can do that in your if you decide to import it into your favorite profile, how to do it. So you just go into command, edit the profile. Now normally that will actually edit all the commands, so it's no problem. Go under options, go under profile exec, and execute a command each time the profile is loaded, and make sure it's selected to reset targets. Click OK. Click done. So now it's actually in. That's all there is to it to install it. Now, the next video, I'll create some targets with it, and we'll import it into the jet. So now again, I'll show you right now how to actually import it into your favorite profile. So if I go into my favorite profile, which in my case is Viacom Pro, once it's loaded, this one should actually load the targets. Oh, nope, it didn't either. So, but if it doesn't, oh yeah, right there. See, profile startup, reset targets. Okay, so make sure that that happens. If it doesn't, just say that as a command. So I'll say it as a command right now, just to show you. Reset targets.
Number of targets reset to 0. Default altitude set to 10 feet.
So it sets two things, of course. It sets your number of targets that you currently have to 0 because you don't have any yet. And of course, it sets the default burst altitude for the JSOW to 10 feet. I just selected that. You can go in and change that if you want. It's fairly easy to do. But basically, that's how you... okay, so now to import it into there, let's say I didn't have it in here. You would actually go into Edit Profile. Down here under Import Commands, go back to the same place where you saved the import from before. In my case, it was VAP import. Double-click on Coordinates. It will then pop up all the commands. Now, in my case, you'll notice they're all red. That's because I already have all the commands. So what this tells you is that there are conflicts. In other words, there are already commands with this. Now, if you see that, it means that it does conflict with some command in your thing. What you might want to do is go back and change the name of some of my commands to make sure there is no conflict, or delete the other command that's in there, or just ignore it and just go import. And what it'll do is it'll overwrite everyone that's there. So that's your choice to which one you want to do. And then once the commands are in, click apply. And within hopefully a few minutes, it doesn't crash, because this I have found developing this that voice attack did crash a number of times. But right now, it's putting everything in. And once that's all done, now I'll end this tutorial, because that's, I think, everything. Actually, what I'll do is I'll show you how to edit the command. Let's go back to the coordinates just to
Number
make,
of targets reset to 0.
yeah, that's what you should.
Default altitude set to 10 feet.
So now if I go into the commands, for example, one of the ones is reset targets. So if I open that up, and I can go in and I can set right here, change this to 50 feet, whatever you want, whatever your default is. And I'll explain what the default is when we get into adding targets. But in my case, I got it set to 10. That's arbitrary. No particular reason I picked that. I just did. So, and that's how you would change the default altitude. Once you change the default altitude, just click on reset targets, and now it will default to that. So that's it for this tutorial video. I'll see you in the next one when I go into the jet and enter some targets.